Hey guys, today we're talking about 23 items to trash in 2023. These are items that you can declutter easily, and I promise you won't miss them at all. I would also love if you would hit that subscribe button below. I give lots of helpful home hacks. Okay, the first thing is holiday decor that you didn't use. So as you're putting away your decorations, just whatever you didn't use this year, consider giving that away. Next, kind of along the same lines, is gifts that you didn't love that you received. You can also take this time and donate them. Pajamas. I have tons of pairs of pajamas. This is something I need to just go through my pajama drawer. I do not need all of this, and I need to go ahead and just donate this. I encourage you to go through your drawers as well. The next thing is water bottles. We have so many water bottles. There are only 5 of us in the house, so we only need 5 of them, maybe 6 just to be safe. But I bet if you open up your cabinet, you would also find a bunch of water bottles. We even have ones without lids. Next is mugs. This is like, I love mugs. I have lots of mugs. I give mugs as gifts. I get mugs as gifts. I just have way too many of them. Some of them are cracked and faded, and so I need to get rid of them. Next is storage containers. Go through all of your Tupperware, all of your glassware, and just see what you've got. I like to store mine with the lids on top, but as you can see, I've got a few random lids floating in here, so those can go because they don't have a match. I also am looking for anything that's stained or broken. I love this container. However, you can see the top is broken, and then upon further inspection, I noticed it was pretty stained and also broken on the side, so this is also going. Next is serving platters. I have about 5 Christmas serving platters. I need to get rid of at least 3 of them this year. I didn't use all of them. I haven't used them for a couple of years. There's no need for me to continue storing them and keeping them. Next is duplicates of utensils. So I've got 2 ladles. I've got lots of these wooden spoons. Just go through and decide what you can get rid of. You don't need duplicates. I have a closet video coming up soon, and I talked about hangers. Just get rid of all your unmatching hangers. I have recently done this. Your closets will look way better. Next is shoes. Go through your shoes. If you haven't done this in several years, now is a good time to take a look at your shoe collection and really take a look and decide what you wear and what you don't wear. Now on to nail polish. This is another thing that you can declutter today and you will not miss it. Just go through, decide if there's any colors that you no longer like, if maybe it's drying out or getting clumpy. You know, nail polish doesn't last forever, so I definitely encourage you to go through all of your nail supplies and just get rid of, toss whatever you can so that you can reduce the clutter. The next item is underwear. This is one of those things that I don't know, we just keep for years, and sometimes it gets holes and we still continue to keep it. Another thing is winter items. If you've got extra scarves, hats, gloves, we have so many of these things. It's a good time to go through and just maybe have 1 or 2 pairs for each person and get rid of the rest. Another thing is dresses that you never wear or that you're hanging on to for special occasions. They do have services now where you can rent a really nice evening dress or evening wear or just general wear for like $20, $30 for a few days. I highly recommend you check that out if you ever need a dress. Now moving on to luggage. Luggage and backpacks. This is another item. If you don't use it, if you haven't used it in years, I've got this just sitting in the closet. It's going. I have so many pieces of luggage. I have so many unused backpacks. These items can all be reduced. Next is sheets. Go through your sheets and your towels as well and just get rid of anything that's old that you no longer use. You can donate it to an animal shelter and get it out of the house. Another thing you can get rid of is items for hobbies that you no longer do. Maybe you used to go snowboarding, you don't do it anymore. Maybe you used to paint or collect things. All of those things can go if you no longer do them. In fact, donate them if they're still useful. Another item that you will not miss is hair care items. So hairspray, dry shampoo, curling irons. We have lots of hair dye. This is all going. We don't use it and it's just cluttering under the sink. Next is cleaning items. You need fewer of these than you think. You don't need all kinds of specialty items. So really take a hard look at your items and only keep what you actually use and try to pare it down. The next item is writing utensils. I've gone through and gotten rid of tons and tons of crayons. Now I'm seeing we've got pencils and markers, all different kinds of things in this drawer that used to be our junk drawer and is starting to look like the junk drawer again. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of a bunch of this stuff.
Also, reusable shopping bags. We just buy these and pile them up, but then I don't realize how ratty they're getting. This one has a hole in it, so that will be going. So I encourage you to just go through all of your shopping bags and materials like this, and any ones that you don't use or that you don't like, consider tossing it or getting rid of it. Maybe you can recycle some of them depending on what they're made of.
The next item is any games or toys that you have for your kids that are missing pieces. Whether you're missing game pieces or puzzle pieces, just take a look at all of the different games you've got and decide what to get rid of. You also may need to get rid of some toys, anything that's broken. It's a good time of year to cull these items and you really will not miss them. The next item is magazines and paperwork. I'm going to be doing a future video on how to reduce paper clutter, but this is certainly something you can take a look at now and just get rid of magazines. If you are getting magazines and you don't read them, just try to throw them away once you get your new issue so that they don't keep on piling up. And I have a bonus item, and that is to declutter your phone. I highly recommend once a year going through your phone and doing a couple of things. First, go through your contacts list and go ahead and delete everyone on that list who you no longer contact or you don't need their contact information for. I go through my phone all the time and I'm always surprised by how many contacts I have and people who I just no longer keep in touch with, or I just had put somebody in my phone to have them in that moment and I no longer need them. So go ahead and use this time to clean up your contact list. The other thing is to go through and delete any apps that you're not using. If you have an iPhone, there's actually through the settings, you can use the settings to go through and it will show you which apps you can delete and which apps you haven't used in a while. I especially need to do this because my kids will often use my phone and they will put apps and games on my phone. And then they'll play these games for just like a day or two and then never play them again. And they're just taking up useless space on my phone. I would also recommend going through your photos and videos and taking those off of your phone, especially if something were to happen to your phone. So if you've got an external hard drive and you can just migrate those photos and videos onto it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped and I hope that you were able to get some ideas of things that you can just get rid of today. Decluttering is definitely a process. It's not a one and done type of thing. It's something we need to do every day. It's something that you need to consciously bring in and have it as a habit. Let me know in the comments below how it goes, and I will see you in the next video.